Hey friends, it's Dimitri with Rubashka Streetwear. So today I'm going to be talking about shipping and how to find the best shipping method for your business and to calculate the costs of that. So find out how much it's going to cost you and what you should charge. A lot of you guys have asked me this question, so I thought it'd be a good time to finally make a video about it and explain my limited knowledge from experience. So there's three main shipping methods from my experience. There's free, there's flat weight, and there's weight based. And those are the main three that you're gonna have to deal with when you are running your clothing brand. So the first one is free. This one is very appealing to customers, obviously. If you say something is free, people are gonna latch onto that and they're gonna want to get something for your store from your store because it's gonna be shipped to them for free. A lot of people don't like paying for shipping, so when there's an incentive like free shipping, it's very appealing to the customer. That being said, it is a great promotional tool. If you are trying to move a lot of product, or you just started your brand, or you are just trying to make the money for the end of the month, it might be a good idea to have a day of free shipping, or especially when you start out. I'm gonna write that down for you guys starting out. When you start out, it's difficult to get customers for the first year oftentimes because you're just growing your brand and people are finding out about it. So if for your first year, it might be a good idea to try out having free shipping for your brand. That way people can just easily buy stuff and they don't worry about that. But make sure that you uphold that agreement and you ship stuff out, because what happens is sometimes people they end up paying for shipping to get stuff faster. A lot of people are so impatient today, even myself. Sometimes I'm like, oh, do I want to pay more shipping to get it 3 days faster or whatever? So if you do run free shipping, just make sure you are obviously shipping stuff out as soon as you can. Now, that being said, I said in your first year you might want to do that, but it's not really sustainable. And I'll tell you why. So I've seen big brands in the past, and they, their thing was, oh, we have free shipping, we ship out the same day as well. But what that means is that their products often cost more. So if you are running a clothing brand and you have free shipping in the United States, usually you can't really do free shipping internationally because that would just eat so much of your profit margin. It's not realistic and it's not sustainable. I've seen brands, so they had free shipping, but their t-shirts were like $40, $50, $60, and that might be a turnoff for some people because that's getting into a really pricey range for most people. Most people are probably spending 15 to 35 bucks for a t-shirt on average, with or without shipping. So when it's getting to the 50s and the 60s, you're narrowing down your target market. So if you're targeting people that are in high school or college, they're probably not having that much money to spend for expensive t-shirts. But obviously there are wealthier markets out there, but you have to figure out who you're targeting, right? If you're targeting wealthy clients, obviously you can make your t-shirts $50 to $400. There's people that spend $400 on t-shirts, like Off-White is a brand, and all of their t-shirts are expensive, but they are targeting a different market. So you have to be aware of that. If you do free shipping, make sure that you are highlighting that on your website. Highlight it. If that is something that is like a core in your brand, like free fast shipping, make sure your customer sees it everywhere, on the banner, on your Instagram page, all over the website. Make sure people know that, so that's like a selling point if that's something that you want to do. Because some brands, they figure out how to have free shipping for as long as possible, but like I said, ultimately it's not the most sustainable because you just have to keep raising prices, or you'd be insanely efficient and smart and you cut back costs in other ways in your brand, because every year shipping costs are going up, and that's an important note. every year go up. That is why I say it's not the most sustainable thing. But free shipping is awesome. One other way that you can do free shipping is to have like brackets or whatever. So what I mean by that is, let's say that you have your brand and when you spend $99 plus, that equals free shipping. That is what I do. I started doing that last year and it really helped me to move a lot of product. And that's another thing with free shipping. Moves more product. So what that means is, you know, in the past, sometimes people would buy 2-3 shirts, a hoodie, some stickers, but they wouldn't reach that $99 threshold because I didn't have the free shipping option set up. But nowadays, a lot of my orders are $99 or more, which means I'm making more money and the customer is buying more items, so I'm moving more product, which is good. You always want to be moving more product. And this is kind of an awesome happy medium, is to have a free shipping threshold. Not every brand does that, but I think it's kind of nice because the customer, they can get a lot more items. They don't have to pay the shipping, and then, like I said, you're moving more products, so it's a really good thing to do. Maybe look into trying that. That's what I do, and that's the threshold I set up. Although I don't know what kind of business model you have, but yours might be $150, yours might be $50 for that threshold, that bracket. So that's up to you, and you have to figure that out for yourself. Now we move on to flat rate. This one is the most popular, I feel like. And it's definitely something that you would want to set up, especially if you're in the USA, but maybe not internationally. So this one is, you have to use a little bit of math to figure it out, and I'll explain why. The reason why is because some of your postage costs might be anywhere from around, if I can remember, somewhere around 60 cents or more, a little bit more than that maybe, with a stamp and an envelope to ship out some stickers. If you're selling a low budget item like stickers, you're spending maybe around this much money to ship that out, and that you can hold like, I don't know, 10 or 12 stickers with that, and then over that you're gonna have to put more stamps, so that would be like you know, like $1 plus. So in the United States, so let's say that you're shipping stickers, and then this can go all the way up to, from what I've seen from customer orders, probably around $18. $18 would be a huge order. This person would be buying a hat, 2 hoodies, 2 t-shirts, a sticker pack, tons of stuff. And that's basically based on the weight and the dimensions, because at that level, you're gonna be shipping in a larger box, and that's gonna cost more depending where it's going in the United States. And it basically depends on your location and the person you're shipping to, their location. That's how it works. So what are you trying to do, and why do you need math? You're trying to find a happy medium between these two numbers for your flat rate. The way you find that out is you kind of have to guess a little bit when you start out, but as you are making lots of sales and as you're growing, you're going to find a better happy medium, something for that. So let's say that it's really easy to find out. It's just finding out the average. So average order shipping costs. So let's say that you spent, looking at your metrics, you spent $3,000 on shipping for the month. That's quite a bit. So how do you find that out? You have to divide by the total number of orders that you have. So let's say that you had 300 orders for the month. This, and these are just easy numbers I'm using, that means that your average shipping cost would be $10. So you have to be charging at least $10 or more, preferably more, like, you know, go to $11 for that, in order for this shipping cost to be covered. So that means that the customer, they are paying $10 for shipping, plus it's say $30 for a t-shirt. So that means they're paying $40 plus tax. Now, this doesn't mean that every shipping every item that you're shipping is costing you $10 to ship. Like I said, some items might cost you 60 cents and some items might cost you $10. But when you average it out, this is just a simple example, it'll be around $10. Your average might really vary. If you're someone that's shipping very small items like cards, keychains, pins, stickers, your shipping cost is obviously going to be lower, so you don't need to charge $10 for shipping. That might be a really big turnoff for your customer because that's kind of expensive in my opinion. Although when you're an international customer, we'll get to that, that's way more. So we're kind of lucky in the United States if your business is here and you're shipping to people that live here. But if you are shipping stuff like t-shirts or hoodies, then obviously you're going to be wanting to charge more than that. If you're a brand that's primarily shipping hoodies, your flat rate would probably be more like $13 or something like that, because shipping a hoodie can be quite expensive. If you're just selling t-shirts, maybe your average flat rate would be something like $5. Now, you can have a flat rate that is lower than your average, but what that means is that you have to make up for that in the cost of your product. So don't be short selling yourself that way. Another thing with the flat rate is that it can give you some wiggle room for profit. So like I said, let's say that your average was $10, but you are charging $12 for your flat rate. That means that you are profiting a little bit under $2 for that. So you're making money with the sale of the product and also the shipping cost. So that's something that you can do. And it's good to charge, like I said, $11, $12 if it's your average is 10. Because you have to pay for stuff like credit card fees, other business expenses, the type of mailers and mailing supplies that you use. So you have to make sure you're covering that in your shipping costs, and this is a good way to do it. So that is flat rate, and this is definitely something that you want to do in the US. It's definitely the most popular, and this is what I do. But I also use weight-based rates. You definitely want to do this internationally. The reason why is because you can't really get the best happy medium flat rate for international, because for my almost 5 years of experience, international orders cost $13 to almost $100 to ship, depending on the location. That 100 figure is crazy, but it's true. Right now, USPS, they do not deliver to Australia or to New Zealand, which means that you might be only able to use a service like UPS. And if a customer is buying, a hoodie and 2 t-shirts, you're almost getting to that $100 price range to get to those countries. So that's pretty crazy. I've had people, they've spent almost that much money on shipping, but I mean, if they really want the product and they like my brand, then that's up to them. And, I'm glad to hear that they're willing to spend that. So this one is automatically calculated. When you plug in the dimensions of the package and the weight of your products using a platform like Shopify or whatever mainstream platform you use for your setting up your business, it's just going to automatically calculate that for you. So it's going to give your customer like a price. So a lot of prices I see is like $24. So they're just paying that, and then you buy the shipping label and you send it out. It's really easy. You don't have to do any math. You don't have to figure out anything. This one, I forgot to mention, if you want to do a flat rate, you do have to set it up in your store, but it's very easy. You just plug in what number you want to use. But with this one, it's automatic. The store's automatically calculating it for you. Another thing about weight-based rates is that they're fair. And this is kind of a joke. The flat rate is kind of like communistic in a sense, because Some people are paying 60 cents, or no, I mean, some people, everyone's paying a flat rate, right? So that means if someone bought stickers, let's say that the shipping cost is $7, they're paying this much for their stickers to get shipped. But someone, let's say they buy a hoodie and it costs $12 to actually ship, they're still paying $7. So they're paying less for more. It's kind of a funny deal, but that's the way flat rate works because of the averages. Weight based is fair because this means that the customer is paying exactly how much it costs for you to ship out using the shipping service. So that this is a good point, because let's say that you just want to make shipping as cheap as possible. This works out pretty well because a lot of people, if they're buying a t-shirt or stickers, you know, they're probably only paying $1 to $6 to ship, or for the shipping cost. So that's a really low cost. A lot of times I've seen shipping costs and they're like, for t-shirts, it's like $4. So that's just dirt cheap for shipping. So in conclusion, you definitely, I think a good thing to do is to honestly to use all three of these. When you're starting out, use free shipping. If you are growing a lot and you want to move a lot of product, have some brackets so people can get into that threshold. Use flat rate for most of your orders, I think. And then definitely set up weight-based rates for international orders. It'll just make it easier and you won't be losing as much money, because when you get these giant orders in, that's going to kind of screw up your averages, and it's just easier to use weight-based rates. So anyways, I hope you guys liked this video. This was all about shipping. Let me know if you have any questions down in the comments below, and I'll catch you guys later. Thanks, guys.